Give Claude to two people. One will use it to build a better email. The other will use it to help build a $100 million company. Same tool, different users. That gap? It's about to reshape careers and companies. And if you want to be on the winning side, watch this. I've been a CEO, board member, and investor in tech companies worth billions. I use Claude every single day. And today I want to show you how to use Claude better than 99% of people. Claude isn't just one app, it's a complete stack of tools. And once you understand how they work together, your output changes dramatically. Here are the 5 activities that matter most. Think, remember, execute, build, browse. Most of us use Claude like this. Type a question, get an answer, copy and paste. That's not using Claude, that's wasting Claude. You ask, write me a LinkedIn post about leadership, and you get a polished paragraph that says nothing. Why? Because you didn't give Claude anything to think about. You just asked it to do all the work. Here's what changes everything. Instead of write a LinkedIn post about leadership, try this. You are a business school professor. I'm trying to explain why some leaders sound credible and others don't. I'm attaching my rough notes on leadership and authenticity, push back on what's weak, sharpen what's real. Find me research that supports this. Then we can write the post. See the difference? You turned Claude from a tool into your thinking partner. Now it has something to work with. Now it understands what you actually need. When you give Claude context, files, and clear instructions, it becomes genius. This is the gap between people who use Claude and people who wield it. One asks questions. The other creates relationships with an AI. Thinking is half the battle. The other half is doing. That's where Claude Cowork and Claude Code come in. Most people don't realize they can build things without being an engineer. If you can type in English, you can write code that builds dashboards, analyzes data, automates work. But nobody's teaching you how. Let me give you a real. You run a small candle biz, no budget for a creative agent. You go to Claude Cowork and say, generate 20 beautiful ad creatives for my new lavender candle line. 3 ideas for Instagram, 3 editorial close-ups for the website, a vertical video for launch. Write a tagline for each. It just runs. Claude hands it to its creative partner, generates the images, the videos, the tagline. All of it lands in your folder. That would have cost thousands of dollars. Weeks of work, you just did it in minutes. This is how AI levels the playing field. A solo founder with the right tools can now do what used to require a team and a huge budget. When you stop asking and start telling Claude to do work, everything changes. You're no longer limited by your skills or your budget. You're only limited by your clarity. Here's the framework that separates people who use Claude well from everyone else. I call it PRIME. P is purpose. Tell Claude exactly what you need, not vague, specific. R is research. Ask Claude to verify information. Find sources, ground everything in reality. I is interview. Ask Claude questions before it responds. This sharpens both of you. M is mechanics. Tell Claude how you want the output, bullets or paragraphs, concise or detailed. E is example. Show Claude what good looks like. That's prime. 5 elements, that's it. Once you start using this framework, Claude stops being a tool. It becomes your unfair advantage. Here's what most people get wrong about it. They think the edge is, it's not. The edge is the human using the. Everyone watching this feels like someone else is getting ahead faster, that they're smarter, richer, better. That's the default condition of it. But here's the truth. You have labels. I'm not technical. I'm not a designer. I don't have an MBA. Those are just stories. For the cost of a coffee per week, you can hire something smarter than most MBAs and PhDs. You can think more sharply. You can design better. You can build, but only if you have the curiosity to keep learning. Only if you have the tenacity to work through the friction. Only if you have the patience to get good. Because AI will give you a lot of things, but it can't give you the one thing that made you click on this video. Your innate curiosity, your instinct to wonder, and you already have it. The real gap isn't between you and someone else. It's between the person you are now and the person you could become. The question is, which side of the gap do you want to be on? If you want frameworks like Prime delivered to your inbox every week, I write a newsletter. It's free. See you next week.